A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
Montreal Canadiens close season with routing Winnipeg Jets in Call of the Wild. The NHL draft is just a few days away and the Montreal Canadiens are one of the favorite teams to win the lottery.
They are also the favorites to win the Call of the Wild. This game is the last one of the regular season, and it will be very important for the rebuilding process of the team.
This year's first-round lottery will be held on May 10th and the Canadiens will be drafting first, second and third. These picks are high-quality players and the Canadiens should be able to make the playoffs.
Ottawa Senators beat Montreal Canadiens 4-0. After losing their first game of the season to Toronto St.
Patrick's, the Ottawa Senators won 4 straight games to close out the month of February with a record of 7-1-0 and 14 points. The Senators had a 2-point lead over the Montreal Maroons and were in the top spot in the second half of the season.
The Senators were swept by the Quebec Nordiques on January 3 and the next day, they blew out the Montreal Canadiens 4-0 in overtime. Game featured 4 fights, with the best being a scrum in the second period between Sens tough guy Chris Neil and Canadiens defenseman Alex Henry.
The Canadiens' power play, which ranked first in the NHL last season, connected on 3 of 6 opportunities. The Senators' top line rarely threatened against Yaroslav Halak, and the Canadiens' power play had 3 power play goals.
The game began with a 1-0 Senators lead by George Boucher, who scored the first goal in the game. Then Frank Foyston tied the game at 1 before the third period ended, while Seattle's Roy Rickey scored the only goal of the third period.
But the Senators rallied and won the game in overtime, advancing to the final. The Senators could win the Stanley Cup with a victory in this final series.
The Senators' final game was a 2-0 shutout of the Edmonton Senators. The Senators had a series of 4 games against Edmonton, but won 3 of them.
The series ended 3-0 for Ottawa, with Harry Broadbent scoring 5 goals in the series. The Senators also won the series against the Edmonton Senators 2-1.
And their goaltender, Frank Niber, played all positions in the final game. Carey Price hurt his knee against the Canadiens.
Montreal Canadiens goalie Carey Price has aggravated a lingering knee injury against the New York Rangers. The injury will not require surgery, according to Carey Price.
But he will miss at least 6 weeks. After the injury, Price visited a doctor in New York.
The hockey legend will undergo surgery, if it's needed, and is expected to be out for at least 6 weeks. After visiting New York on Wednesday, Price met with Dr.
Paul Martineau, the head team physician. The goaltender was expected to receive an update on the injury today.
However, if Price is not fully healthy, he is unlikely to play for the rest of the season. He will be replaced by Mark Dennis, Jose Theodore and Stephen Waite.
Price was a bit unsure whether his injury was serious and needed surgery. He went to New York for a checkup, but he was able to practice in his hometown of Brossard while his teammates were in the Big Apple.
On Friday, he returned to the lineup and showed no ill effects. So, the question remains, when did he suffer the knee injury?
Besides Carey Price, the Canadiens will likely lose several other players because of the injury.
Subban, Marc Bergevin and Victor Bartley will miss the rest of the season. The Canadiens are expected to make the playoffs with a healthy Price.
The Canadiens will be able to draft one of these players in the lottery on May 10. Armia scores first goal in Game 82.
Joel Armia scores 2 shorthanded goals in Montreal Canadiens' 5-1 win over the Winnipeg Jets on Tuesday. Armia had a goal and an assist for the Canadiens, who improved to 1-9-4-0-1 with an 8-point postseason.
After being acquired by the Canadiens in the summer of 2018, Armia has played for 3 NHL teams in 2 seasons. The former Buffalo Sabres forward has played with the Pittsburgh Penguins, Buffalo Sabres, and Montreal.
He has a total of 125 points in 336 regular season games. In his career, he has accumulated 106 penalty minutes.
He has also scored 10 shorthanded goals. Armia's 6'4" frame and 212 pounds helped him get to the NHL after playing with the Winnipeg Jets for 3 seasons.
He was acquired by the Montreal Canadiens in July 2018. and was able to play in his 300th game on Thursday. The Canadian rookie was credited with assisting Armia's goal, his first of the year.
The goal came after a good shift by Armia. After the game, Armia went on to score his first NHL goal in Game 82.
While he's been a key part of the Canadiens' playoff run, the young player has to step up his game if he is to stay on the team. The Canadiens have several players who could be second- or third-round picks in the NHL draft.
In addition to Armia, George Slavkovsky was named the top player in the Olympics and is scoring at an impressive pace. The Czech defenseman David Jurisk is back from his injury, and many others could be second- or third-round picks in the NHL draft.
Shane Wright is consensus pick for Canadiens in second round. The Montreal Canadiens have made their first-round pick, and they have a good reason for it.
While the U18 World Championships haven't finished, Wright has been the consensus pick for 18 months. The forward didn't have an exceptional season in Knoll, but he has been a top prospect in recent years.
It's possible that Wright's lackluster season has been more due to boredom than anything else. While Wright hasn't been overly impressive this draft year, he's still a consensus no.
1 pick. He finished 8th in Knoll in regular season scoring with 94 points and added 6 points in 4 playoff games.
He has a good playmaker's instincts, and will join an impressive forward group in Montreal with Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield. While Wright may not be the top pick in the lottery, his presence in the draft will be vital to a rebuilding club.
With a few picks left, Montreal is sure to get a high-quality player. In addition to Wright, the Canadiens will also select 2 or 3 players in round 2.
Depending on the lottery held on May 10, the Montreal Canadiens will draft Wright, a winger, in the first round. With the draft just a few months away, Montreal is in the perfect position to grab Shane Wright.
After all, they finished with the worst record in the league, which means they have prime position to land him. The team will be able to move up after the draft, but the Canadiens will likely not get the no.
1 pick. Jeff Molson's future in Montreal.
As the Canadiens enter a new era of ownership, the question that looms large over Molson's future in Montreal is how to find a replacement for Marc Bergevin. The team's previous GM, Marc Bergevin, was fired in June.
Jeff Gorton has been appointed as the team's executive vice president. The Canadiens have started a search for a new general manager, and have promised that the new one will speak French.
Mike Molson has acquired the Bell Centre and Club de Hockey Canadien. He also owns Wilde Montreal Canadiens and Spectra.
The family has also partnered with the Molson family to create a charitable organization. The foundation supports various causes including the St.
Mary's Hospital Foundation and the Montreal Canadiens Children's Foundation. Currently, Molson is active on numerous boards including the NHL Board of Governors, the Hockey Hall of Fame, and several charities.
The Montreal Canadiens have been 6-1-5-2 this season and are without star goalie Carey Price and captain Shea Weber. Molson did not commit to a timetable for finding a new general manager.
He also emphasized the importance of developing young players and building a medical staff dedicated to the mental health of players. Several players have publicly discussed their struggles with mental health in the past year.
While Marc Bergevin was in the final year of his contract, the team's start to the season was unacceptable. The team's performance ranked low for many years and nearly eliminated the Toronto Maple Leafs in the Stanley Cup final last year.
Molson's remarks came during a press conference Monday. He has also sacked Marc Bergevin, Assistant General Manager Trevor Timmins, and Senior Vice President for Public Affairs and Communications Paul Wilson.